So I know Luka always has fun on the court. Always has an ability to mess around within reasonable context. Do you sense that he's having more fun this year, especially with last year's? He had a lot of international thing, and then he came in. He admitted he was a little bit out of shape. Do you just really see the funnest version of Luka out there consistently?
I would say I've seen a lot of fun versions of Luka, like when it comes to playing basketball, not just this year, but obviously, like he likes to compete, and I would say our practices are really competitive right now. Everybody wants to get the win, and including Luka. So, he's having fun in that because, he thrives in competition. So I wouldn't necessarily say he has more fun in general, but I would say the competition level is really high right now in practice, and that makes him enjoy those situations even more.
How do you enjoy, moments like the preseason game where he's throwing around the back passes? I mean, I know you see this all the time, but do you get as a teammate of him, do you get joy from watching him have fun and do ridiculous things like that?
I mean, obviously, today he had 2 passes where I was like, how did the ball get through, and how did he see him? But it's good because we know that he does this stuff, and we know to expect this in games, and you have to be prepared for that. So sometimes, even though maybe for other people it looks like he's doing random stuff in practice, he's actually working on those things, and then you wonder in games how did he do it? But he just gets reps up, and in practice sometimes it might be a new move or something, but you always have to expect the ball and be ready to shoot.
Maxi, what's your perspective on, I know you just mentioned about how competitive the practices are. What's your perspective on sort of the team building aspect of what's happening right now? It's not a super glamorous time, and it's not out in the bright lights or anything like that, but this is a really important time of the foundation that you're laying. What's your perspective on how that's all happening right now?
I think we're a step ahead for sure compared to last year, just because we have so many guys that understand the defensive scheme, so we didn't have to start at zero, and we could introduce all those plays and defensive schemes and all this stuff a lot faster. I don't know if we introduce zone defense and stuff like that this quick like last year, but overall I think it helps that we have so many players that just know know what to expect and what to do on the court, and you can tell the communication is way better. Everybody's just knows what to do, and that helps new guys obviously also to include in that.
How difficult was that back in last year, going from a team that was an offensive-minded team to a team mainly defensive-minded?
How big was the change? I mean, for me, not so much, because I would say I was still more on the defensive side. But overall, for a lot of players, I think the things shifted, and especially in practice, the focus was on different things. So sometimes when you just want to work on offense and do this and that, what everybody wants, of course, you just had to fight through all the defense stuff, and that makes it also easier for the games then. But it helped us. We had a better defense. Our rotations are better, and that's something that we can build on right now and get even better there, because we have offensive talent, but defense is where it comes down to.
To go off of what Mark was asking too, do you say it's easier for the coaching staff to kind of take jumps quicker than last year? Do you notice a difference in Jason demeanor-wise, or just how he approaches things, given that he does have a year of familiarity with you guys?
Yeah, I think the mutual respect and everything, learning, getting to know into each other is also better, because you can tell by the way guys came in here this year, how we were prepared and everything. Everybody was just on a high conditioning level. We didn't have to start it working on conditioning. We just were ready already. We were prepared for what's coming, and it helps the coaching staff. It helps us to just not go back to all this. And J Kidd knows we're playing hard. That's why I said our competitiveness in practice, without him even addressing this, is really high. But obviously there's days, especially after a day off, or when we have many days in a row, where he needs to push us a little bit. But that's part of his job too. But I think the communication between the coaching staff in general and the players is really amazing.
I think makes Luka uniquely difficult to defend in isolation situations.
What makes it difficult? I mean, basically everything. He can dribble, he can shoot, he can bump into you, he can post up. He's posting up bigger guys. He just has so much talent. He's so I don't know if the word is witty, or he's just having fun with it, and that makes it hard to defend, because you think you take one move away and there's no escape and no other move, no counter move, no nothing, and all of a sudden he finds a way to spin out and somehow shoots left-handed over his head, and he makes those shots. So it's frustrating playing one-on-one, I guess, but it also makes you better on defense, so that's a good part about it.
When he gets to pick who defends him, does he always call you out?
No, that was just that one drill. But usually in scrimmage games, I'm playing 4 or 5, so I'm not really defending him unless it's transition. Yeah.
I think fans have taken notice of Hardy's ball ability. I wondered if there's been moments in practice where you're just kind of like, wow, this kid's
Yeah. He has a lot of talent. Super fast, super athletic, great work ethic. Great guy. He's super humble. Like when we joke around in the locker room, he seems to be a very cool dude. And you can see his skill set on the court. He is very good ball handling, shifty. Now it's just like also for like for every other new guy, understanding your positioning, because it's very important to have the right position, because only then you can use your skill set too. But he has so much talent. It's going to be fun watching him.
Does that part surprise you? Because you're kind of describing a mature player. Some of those things you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe playing with grown-ups or whatever helps. I don't know. I played in Europe. I never went to college. I can't compare it really. But he's very mature in the way he presents himself, very professional, and is doing the right things. And like I said, he has a lot of talent. And now it's just about understanding positioning. What does the coach want from you? Because that's very important too. And then just keep working like he does.
Have you taken advantage of any rookie perks?
No. I would say that they prevented too many rookie duties for me, so I didn't grow up in that culture really. So I'll leave it to the other guys. Yeah, I mean I'm watching and it's fun, but I'm staying out of this. Yeah. Thank you guys.
So you're saying what are you looking at as options at the starting two, and what do you want out of that position? What are kind of the important factors there?
Yeah, you look at Spencer starting there with Luka, Spencer being Spencer. Looking at being able to have two ball handlers out on the floor, and also I think those two playing together are a pretty good combination. And then being able to split those two so that Spencer can come back and run that second group.
Do you see the starting lineup as something that needs stability? Are you open to changing it based off matchups throughout the season?
Oh, yeah, I'm open. I think you already know the answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to look at different lineups and see what's best for the team. The season is where you can get those answers. And so it's one thing to have continuity, but also to be able to have answers the question of can two bigs play together? Can they start together? Can you go with Seawood at the 5? Start him at the 5. So we'll look at a couple things.
2 weeks in, just off of that, how do you feel about ball handling depths in general? Did it progress this summer how you would have expected, or for training camp positions?
Yeah, I think with the group we have, Josh has gotten better. Frank is stable. You look at Hardy, but you look at our bigs can handle too. When you talk about Dorian being able to bring it, we encouraged him last year to bring it. We're going to do the same thing this year. But you look at Seawood can bring it. He has that AD effect where he can rebound and kind of start the offense. And so we have a lot of options with ball handling. So we'll look at them all, and hopefully someone's going to jump up and take that position.
Jason?
Haywood was there last week. He was impressed with how much depth you guys have. What's the luxury of having all that depth?
Well, I think it helps if health becomes a issue. Different lineups, being able to, and then minutes, not having to run up, guys' minutes if you have that kind of depth.
Jason, conceptually, what does this week look like for you as you have a full week of practices and then one game left? What are you envisioning for laying the foundation part this week as you prepare for the season?
Yeah, we're just continuing to work on the plan. We're not going to skip any steps. If the group doesn't get something, we'll stay there until they can digest it. We had a really good practice today. We'll go a little lighter tomorrow, then we'll get ready for the scrimmage on Wednesday. And then it's really the season will begin because Thursday we'll start to get ready for Utah, and that'll be our first game.
Is that scrimmage going to be like a fan jam practice scrimmage without the fans?
Fan Jam was a competitive scrimmage, so I hope so.
When you look at Hardy's learning time, what do you see as his biggest adjustment that he's got to make now that you've seen him out here with the guys?
Just like all rookies, just understand who's on the floor. it's when 77 is on the floor, you gotta wait for him. You can't there's no pass shots that doesn't do well, and that's just what rookies go through, and they're going to make mistakes. But he has a skill set, and he's worked extremely hard. But like most rookies, they're going to make mistakes early, and you want to see the growth of understanding how many times they make that mistake again.
As of right now, is everybody traveling?
Do we need to temper? There's a lot of fan excitement about him. It's pretty clear when he's out on the floor, he can do exciting things.
Yeah, I could do exciting things too when I'm on the floor,
Can you?
but that doesn't mean I should be playing.
As of right now, is everyone traveling to Utah?
What do you mean by everybody? Oh no, there'll be people released by Wednesday. There'll be probably our roster will be cut down after the scrimmage. He didn't participate today, but he's feeling better. He's doing full court running, and so that's a good thing to see him out running. But he didn't participate in practice. He's the only one. Thank
There you
you.
go.